at Las Positas College
for the 37th annual
Tri-Valley Expanding Your Horizons Conference for Girls.
Hi, I'm Holly Rottenborn, and I am an 8th grader in middle school, and I love math and science, so I'd like to ask you a few questions about your job, if that's all right.
Sure, be happy to.
So what's the goal that we were trying to accomplish through expanding the horizons?
Expanding your horizons, as you see today, there's an overwhelming response to the opportunity to have girls come together and understand what their opportunities are. We need to encourage more and more of that in the schools and in programs like these so that you all know what those opportunities are and you have a path to get where you want to go.
What got you interested in engineering?
I think I was a lot like you when I was in 8th grade. I really liked math and science. As I went through high school, I kept taking those math classes, and I was looking for something that was versatile and had a math and science aspect. You know, I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do for a career. Mechanical engineering was something where I could have a wide variety of choices, but it really had that math and science aspect to it that I liked so much.
Who inspired you along the way?
I think I'll give you one example, and that has to do with Expanding Your Horizons Conference. Back in 1985, I ended up being the chair of this conference, and we had Sally Ride as the keynote speaker that year for Expanding Your Horizons. There is no question that she has inspired me.
What do you do as a packaging engineer?
I work to design packages for the product. So I'll work on a project for maybe like a year, and then it will actually be at the store shelf. So I can point to something. So maybe I'm over at my friend's house and I see they've purchased one of my products that I worked on. And it's just a really good feeling to know that you're having such an impact on people's lives, making stuff that really matters to them.
So the point of this activity is to retrieve the egg without breaking it, and the point of this is using limited materials to somehow create a device to pick it up.
Woo! Picked it up.
But that wasn't
Not 5 feet.
So what I do is I work in radiation protection, and I help make sure that scientists and engineers who are working with radioactive materials are kept safe from what they're working with.
And so what's the difference between alpha, beta, and gamma rays?
There are different ways that a nucleus has of releasing its extra energy. That's what makes something radioactive, is when the nucleus has too much energy, it needs to release some of it to relax to its ground state, kind of like in chemistry. And so an alpha particle is 2 protons and 2 neutrons, except it has no electrons. So it's a positively charged, kind of large particle that's given off. A beta particle is actually like an electron with a lot of energy that can get kicked out of the radioactive atom. And then a gamma ray is when a nucleus is kind of like in an excited state, and it gives off that energy by relaxing and release its extra energy through a wave, a radioactive wave.
Oh, so it's just like...
Yes, exactly. And so, yeah, different materials, just depending on their own properties, they give off those different kinds of radioactivity.
Well, thank you
You're
for
welcome.
talking with me today.
You're welcome.
What's one of your favorite projects that you've worked on?
One of my favorite ones was when we got to go to the Pentagon and spray powdered sugar all over it. So that was a lot of fun.
What was the point in that project?
The point of that one is to see how the air travels within the building, and using some DNA tracks technology that was developed at the lab so we could track where the particles went.
So what got you into this job?
One of the interesting things that got me into it was actually when I was a kid, when I was a 7th grader, I attended one of these Expanding Your Horizons conferences. Remember it pretty vividly. Sally Ride was a guest speaker that year. And being there and seeing all the different women in engineering willing to take their time out of their weekend to show me these different fields, made me realize that, the physicist or the chemist wasn't just the, wearing the lab coat with the science goggles and a pocket protector, trying to get away from that stereotype. It made me think, well, wait, maybe I could do this. And I also remember Sally Ride saying, if we sent an addressed envelope to her, she'd send a picture back to us, an autographed picture. And that made a big impact on me as a kid, that someone would be willing to do that. I think the picture's still in my parents' attic, but they might find out about that, yeah.